My hair's a mess. I'm in my pajamas. The lighting's terrible, and you can see my ugly scar. But we're gonna do this anyway. So this is the first time you're seeing my face. Hello, I'm Chesh. Not really, but that's the name I go by online. And I just decided to get on here and do a little crochet vlog. Normally you don't see my face. Normally you just see my hands, or perhaps my art tablet. Sometimes I do cross-stitching videos too, although they're far and few because honestly they're hard to make. Like sitting there cross-stitching with a camera in the middle of you, it's pretty difficult. I'm not entirely good at cross-stitching either, so it's a relatively new hobby for me. But yeah, so tonight I'm working on these granny squares. This right here, it's a big granny square. It's only one color right now. Later on I'll do a white or off-white border on it, and then connect the squares with an off-white border. And sorry if the camera shakes. I'm on my bed and it's not the best setup, but we'll make the best out of it. So I'm working on one square right now. As you can see, it's this really cute navy blue color because I wanted to make it for my aunt. Because I wanted to make something special for my aunt, like a blanket, because she's been doing so much for me lately. For those, well, I guess none of you would know because I don't talk on my YouTube channel normally, but I've been going through breast cancer. I was first diagnosed with it 6 years ago. I was 24 at the time, and it was in my left breast, and I had a double mastectomy. I decided to take both breasts off, and it was a major surgery. I was down for the count for a long time, and she was really there for me, and she's been there for me for appointments and surgeries. I've had so many surgeries lately, like it's not even crazy, because I decided to have implant surgery. Basically they put in, I forget what they're called now, expanders. That's what they are. Basically they expand out your chest because when they do a mastectomy they take all the breast tissue. Like, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but I don't even have nipples anymore because they took those too. But they take all your breast tissue, all the fat, everything. So what they do is they put in extenders to extend out the skin, what's left of the skin and tissue. And I had 2 extenders in. And one of the extenders was not put in right. And it ended up eating a hole in my breast. So I had to have surgery to remove that extender and to sew up the hole that was in my breast. It was actually very painful. And I have many scars from it. And I did end up having the implants put in. And lo and behold, the implants move in and out of place. So it's actually very painful. They pop out of place and I have to physically push them back in. And it's very uncomfortable. This side, what they did is they took back tissue and muscle, and they put it over here. And now this side doesn't move as much. But this side they tried doing that and the muscle died. They had to throw it out. So this side just pops in and out of place anytime I move, basically, a certain way. And I'm having major surgery soon to have them taken out. And what they're going to do is they're going to take fat from my belly, which, as you can see, I got plenty to do that with. Take fat tissue from my belly and put it up here and basically replace the implants with fat and tissue from my belly. And the surgeon actually asked me, how attached are you to your belly button? And I was like, I never thought about it. I guess I'm not too attached to it. He said, good, because you might not have one after this is said and done. And I was like, okay. So that's going to happen. And this scar right here, I don't know if you can see it on camera. This scar is actually, when you have chemo, they put in a port that goes into I can't remember if it's in the main vein that goes to your heart or something like that, a vein. This is so they can put chemo in there. They plug it in. This is so it doesn't burn your veins, basically, and your arms. So they did that, and it was put in too deep. Basically, no one could access the port except for one nurse. Like, anytime I went for chemo, there'd be 4 or 5 nurses surrounding me, just sitting there with the needle and puncturing me and fishing for it. It's so painful. Like, it was the most painful part of chemo, except for when they did the Red Devil. For those of you who don't know, the Red Devil is a nickname for the chemo they give you when you're for breast cancer. It's a red chemo, and it puts you on your butt. Like, it's the worst kind. It's the one that makes you lose your hair. You lose your hair, you lose your eyebrows, you lose your eyelashes. Any body hair you have is gone. You can lose your nails, your toenails, your fingernails. You can lose them too. I almost did. Luckily, I didn't, because that would have been real bad. But I did lose every single body hair that I had. But anyway, after chemo, they take out the port, obviously. And the doctor who did it, now you're awake when they take out the port. You're asleep when they put it in. But you're awake when they take it out. And they numb you. Well, he took it out. He went to sew me up. He looked at it and he was like, I don't like how this looks. So he rips out the seams. Well, he does that about 3 more times. He sews it back up. I don't like how that looks. Rips it out. And by the time he finishes, I'm not really numb anymore. I'm sitting there crying. So now I have a big scar from where he kept ripping out the seams and sewing me back up. So I've had quite a time with surgeons where I live. I'm not going to tell you where that is, but it's not great. Not great at all. But they're the ones I have. They're the ones my insurance will pay for. So they're the ones I'm keeping going to. So fingers crossed this next surgery will do better. But anyway, I'm no longer taking chemo treatments. I finished with that like 5 years ago, I think. But, you know, the effects of chemo is everlasting. It never stops. I'm still on chemo pills. And it's led to me having a lot of health issues. But, you know, such is life. Sometimes you just get the short end of it and you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna get to crocheting. I can't crochet and talk at the same time. It distracts me too much, but I think I'll put some music over it and just crochet and watch some shows, you know, before I go to bed. And I think my camera's about to die though. But enough rambling. I'll see you guys later. anyway, it is currently 12 a.m. and I got one square done. What can I say? I'm a slow knitter and crocheter. But, you know, I'm not too... This is a hobby for me. I don't make money from it. I am in fact disabled. And I think it's fun to take it slow, you know? But, yeah, I enjoy it, so I take my time with it. I used to sell some of my stuff to make side money back when I was in college. But, obviously I don't anymore. I just crochet for fun. Maybe someday I can go back to selling stuff. But that day is not tonight. Tonight I'm going to bed. I will see you guys in the morning. Hey there, it is a new day and I am at my desk. And by day I mean evening because I didn't get up till 4 p.m. today. I don't know, I guess a bit of a depressive episode and decided not to get out of bed, but I'm up now, so that's what counts. But currently I am on a phone call with my fiance and am working on a scarf. Yes, I knit too. Multi-talented. But yeah, this is I got one row done on the scarf and I need it done by Christmas. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it done. Actually, I've had several scarves from this yarn. It's a Karen. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it's in gray. This is for my dad. He likes grays and blacks and things like that. But I couldn't bring myself to do a black scarf. Because anyone who's worked with black can tell you, you can't see anything that's going on when you're working with black. You can't see stitches. You can't see how long it is lots of times. And you drop a stitch and you don't see it until way later, or if at all, and then it unravels. It's a nightmare to work with. I don't work with black, and I don't work with like that blanket yarn, that really fluffy blanket yarn you see that's really popular right now for our gurumi. I don't work with that either because it is a pain in the butt and it leaves soft fur all over the place and you can't see what you're doing. So I only make toys and stuff with cotton, and sometimes I use acrylic. I prefer cotton because cotton is very washable and breathable, especially if you're making them for like a baby or a toddler or a little kid. I believe cotton is the way to go. But a lot of people don't like working with cotton, which is understandable because it can be a little difficult and hard on the hands to work with. But where I'm such a slow crocheter and I take a lot of breaks when I crochet and knit, it doesn't really bother my hands. I have ADHD, so I can't stick with one project for more than like 20 or 30 minutes. Then I have to switch and do something else. So like I'm going to work on this maybe 15 to 20 minutes and then I'll probably maybe do some art. I have D&D tonight. That stands for Dungeons and Dragons, for those who don't know. As you can see on my bookshelf, my Dungeons and Dragons books. Yeah, I'm a nerd. What of it? But anyway. Yeah, I will work until Dungeons and Dragons come up while talking with my boyfriend. So if you see me with my headsets on, that's what I'm doing. You won't hear me talking, but because I'll probably speed it up and put some music over it. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And I'll see you there. it's been about an hour and I've got this much done. Sorry, the sun. Let me block that for you. This much done. As you can see, it's a cable pattern. It's a reversible cable pattern. So it's the same on the back as it is in the front. And it's called the Palindrome Reversible Cable Scarf. It's a free pattern. So if you want to make it yourself, it's totally free. Just Google, you know, palindrome cable knit scarf. I guess I could put the link in the description too. But an hour and I got this much done. So it's going to take me a little while. Hopefully I can get it done for Christmas. But anyway, there's a car outside. Oh well. But anyway, I'm going to take a break because my hands are hurting. I have to take frequent breaks because, again, I'm on a chemo pill, and the chemo pill makes my bones feel like they're made out of glass sometimes. Like, literally, I would stand and my legs feel like they're going to break because it just makes you feel that way. Makes your joints hurt. It makes you feel like you're like 90 years old, even though I'm only 29. It's forever young. But yeah, I'm just having troubles with it, and I can't. I've tried all the other chemo meds that I could take beforehand, and they were even worse. Like, I couldn't hardly get out of bed with them. It'd make my joints and bones hurt so much. So this is the last one I can take, and I'm supposed to stay on this for another 5 years, I think. So a long time to be on them. But it's because I had cancer so young, and my breast cancer was hormonal fed. So I can't take hormones, and I'm going through early menopause. And let me tell you something, menopause is no joke. Like, I have hot flashes so bad. So bad. And I can't take hormones to help it, so I'm just stuck sitting here sweating. My face will go blood red. Like, people will be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because my face will just be blood red, and I'll be sitting here sweating and hot. And too much information? Maybe. But, you know, for my girlies going through this, you know how it is. So anyway, I got D&D. So, see ya. So, just to check in, I said I was going to take a break. I didn't. Also, D&D hasn't happened yet. We're having it very late tonight. We're just waiting on one person to get home from work. But anyway, this is what I've gotten done. Pretty nice. It's looking really good. Cables just add a very intense look to anything. Maybe not intense is the right word. But it adds like a very intricate work, and it's not that hard, you know. Very simple. Also, look at these clean edges I have. If the camera will focus. Focus, camera. Sorry about the squeaking. It's my chair. It's squeaky. Anyway, these clean edges. A friend taught me that if you add 2 stitches to whatever you're knitting, if it's flat like this, 2 stitches to the ends, and you slip this first stitch purlwise, and then you purl the last stitch of anything you're working in, it'll result in this clean looking edge, which I wish I had known that whenever I did my waffle stitch scarf. But alas, it'll just have to be curled up edges. Anyway, that's the update. We'll see how far I get on it tonight. Well, shit. Well, D&D's over, and I played a little core keeper with my friends and fiance, and that was fun. And as I may or may not have shown, we went up against a giant black pudding, and which is, if you know, you know. My character is themed around cold damage. Yeah, so that didn't go over so well. Luckily, she's also being an Amethyst Dragonborn themed around psychic damage. So, I could at least do something during battle. She's a Draconic sorcerer, so whose bloodline is Silver Dragon. So anytime I go up against anything that is cold resistant or immune, it's just not a good time. But that's the risk you run whenever you do a themed character. But you know, Amethysts are also, she's also Amethyst, so she's also psychic and force damage. So it really works out in the end to have two different things. She's my first real sorcerer I've done, and I'm having a lot of fun with her, but I don't know if I'll play sorcerer again. I'm really wanting to play like a monk or barbarian. I've never really played a barbarian, and I've only played monk once, and she was a turtle, and it was just so much fun just having a turtle zoom to and fro. This big bulky like 200-pound gal just running around punching stuff. And that was a load of fun. Right now we're playing, I believe it's a Dragon Heist. And it's pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun. And yeah. But anyway, back to knitting. This is my progress so far. This is the progress I've had today. Because I started it earlier today. And by earlier today I mean 4 p.m. It's currently like 1 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. I'm not really a night owl. I do get really tired during the night. I do have insomnia, which is really difficult on me. But I like to say I'm neither a morning person nor a night owl. I'm a perpetually tired pigeon. So yeah, I'm just tired all the time because sometimes I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and can't go back to sleep. Then I'm up till about 12 or 1 a.m. at night. So sometimes I'm not getting much, if any, sleep at all. But then you have days like today where I sleep till 4 p.m. So tell me how that's a sleep schedule. It's not. But it's not something that I can help because of insomnia. People are like, you need to get on a sleep schedule. I'm like, I've never had a sleep schedule. Anyway, my hair's sticking up there, just now noticed. Anyway, I think that'll be it for this vlog, I guess I'm calling it. Might have been a tad bit boring, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like, subscribe. I know you probably hear that a lot from other YouTubers, but I don't know when you'll see my face again. Like, these are kind of difficult to make, and plus I have surgery coming up soon, so I don't know. I may vlog a little bit while I'm in recovery. I certainly won't do it in the hospital because I don't want nurses thinking I'm strange. I may do so on the trip because I'm like 5 hours away. I live 5 hours away from the hospital that does all the surgeries in the region I'm at. It's like, it's so difficult. Well, maybe not all the surgeries, but they do all the plastic surgery. And they did my mastectomy. It's so difficult living in nowhere land. I enjoy not living in the city, don't get me wrong. Like, clear air, wood, forests everywhere, you know, but like when you need surgery or something like that, you've got to go somewhere far away. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I hope you have a great day / night. See ya.